they can probably afford to kind of buy more expensive bottles of champagne to try and get over it.
Again, that's another reason why this whole idea of tapping into humor is really valuable, especially if you can do it kind of on demand, like whenever you need to do it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, as your podcast, you're talking about happiness, and you've titled happiness. I mean, it is human beings. Every one of us goes through good times and bad times. And when you go through those good times, what I suggest to people is that really appreciate them when you're having that good time. Say to yourself, hey, this is good, life is good, etc. And when I mean, I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky guy, but I also do know that this really good time that is going on, whatever it might be, etc. I said to myself, all right, Conor, appreciate it, because you're going to need that memory in a couple of days' time when life ain't so good. But then when life ain't so good, you can actually think about, all right, life was good. I know it's going to be better again, kind of thing. So it's something that everyone goes through. The experiences might be different, but the emotions that we all go through, I think, are the same, no matter who you are. I mean, people talk about Bill Gates or Musk or the Kardashians having gazillions of dollars, etc. But I mean, a lot of people don't really appreciate this, but I would reckon that they go through the same kind of emotional pain and trauma as everyone else does. They can probably afford to kind of buy more expensive bottles of champagne to try and get over it.
But it
not that I'm suggesting that alcohol is the solution.
No, of course not. Of course not. Right.
Yeah. But it sometimes helps.
Yeah.
But it's also a challenge to just deal with the stuff, particularly in those situations where you're feeling miserable, where you're dealing with, the crap is all rolled in that particular day. Those are the days when, yeah, it's good to have those happy memories to lean onto, but it's also the hardest time to actually lean on them because you're not feeling it that day. I mean, it's easy to lean on a happy memory when you're feeling good. It's not so easy to lean on it when you're not feeling good.
That is true. In fact, just before we came on this call, I do a lot of work with people who are in job search. It's not an income stream. It's just a passion of mine. And I say to people that when you're in job search, and if you've ever been in that situation, Anne-Marie or Walt, I mean, it can be a really painful, frustrating, sad, despondent time. You don't feel good. But yet at the same time, though, when you're going for that interview or you're going to that networking event, you got to be able to walk into that room, as I say, 12 foot tall and bulletproof. And there are simple little things that you can do to help you get out of that funk. And one example I regularly quote is, I said it today at this webinar I was doing, if you're going for an interview tomorrow, just to make yourself feel better, 2 minutes before you go into that interview or do that Zoom call, Google pandas. Pandas, Pandas, okay? So you're smiling already, kind of thing. And what happens is that what you want to do is you can fool the brain with some simple little things. And what I suggest to job seekers is that if you can find some reason to put a smile on your face just before you go into that interview, you're going to feel better. And one of the silliest things that puts a smile on people's face is to Google pandas. So it's an example of how you can take a situation where you're not feeling good, but work on it. And when you work on it, it'll help you to feel better. And then hopefully you'll be able to be as productive as you want to be and communicate as well as you want to.